Sha-na-na-na-na-na-na-na, sha-na-na-na-na. Well, hello everybody. I am so excited for a new year. Happy 2022. It is January of 2022 if you're watching this later. But we're going to take a look at today. This is a tutorial video for a Corona 4. This one happens to be green. Happens to have the original covers that match, which is wonderful because a lot of times either the covers they're missing or they don't match. This is the original color for these. They did come in a variety of different finishes. So this video, I'm just going to go through as much as I can and show you how to use a Corona 4, because some of you may have one and you just don't know how to use it. And I'm going to do my best with it. I don't get these very often, so let's go ahead and get started. I am going to first show you where to find your serial number. I always seem to forget that part. And you may need to get a little flashlight. I don't have one with me. It just makes it easier to find the numbers sometimes. But on this particular typewriter, and you're not going to be able to see it, but right here, stamped against the back metal frame plate is a number. It's going to be kind of underneath this metal bar right here, and it's going to be on the left side is a number. And then you can go to typewriterdatabase.com and take a look and see what year yours is manufactured. This one is a 1938. Now this one also should have you can see the outlines of the decals that were here. Now the name decals look great, but these had kind of some texture to them and probably a little bit of gold flecking on it, and they would be here and on the sides. On this one, that texture has rubbed off. But some of the other ones, it's still in really good condition. Okay, now I'm going to flip the typewriter this way. And I have a typewriter. We have non-slip typewriter pads on our website, and they come in really handy. And so you can see the link to our website down below. Okay. In the back here, you'll see this is where your margins, you're going to set your margins and you just press and drag. Okay. And then here, this is going to be your paper holders, and I'm going to flip this back down. Okay, so there's a paper holder. Voila. And this will be a paper guide that moves back and forth. We're going to start on the left side this time. We were unable to really determine what this lever is for, but it did act as a margin release, even though there's a margin release button down here. So I guess if one doesn't work, or if you prefer to use the other, that's the only thing we could figure out for this very far metal lever. The little bit longer levers right behind the handles on each side, that is going to be your carriage release. And it doesn't matter which one, you just pull that in. That releases your carriage. You can hear my bell there. Now the back lever on the right side, this is going to be your paper release. And I'll show you that here in a moment. Also here is your return handle. It's a smaller one. And then your color selector is going to be this lever right here. Now before we go further, I'm going to go ahead and show you the, we're going to go ahead and load a piece of paper. And so you just set it right in there and turn the handle. There you go. And then that's where the paper release comes in handy, so you can straighten out, make sure everything's good. And so that's how you load your paper, and then these little metal sliding arms kind of help hold that paper taut against the plate in there. Now, for a typewriter this old, most likely the platen is going to be pretty hard and needs to be replaced. You can still use it, but you'll notice that the typing keys, when you type on it, might type through, like leave little bumps on the other side of your paper. So you can still use your typewriter, but ideally, if you have the funds and want to get that replaced, then you need to find a refurbisher or a restorer that can do that. So for Jot and Tittle, we professionally service our typewriters. So we get in there and we clean it all out, and we'll do minor repairs. Occasionally we'll replace something, but for the most part, we don't replace any parts, which means we don't replace the platens on our typewriters. Okay, so let's take a look at our spools, and to do that I'm going to move the carriage over to the left just so that the handle doesn't hit our covers, our nice matching covers. And so you just kind of pop them off, and on yours you may have to wiggle it a bit to get it off, but you'll see the slots where they pop in, and you can see the little tabs there that go in the slots. And then the Corona 4 does not use a universal ribbon. I guess I could get one out and test it, but and see if it might fit on there, but it should have its custom spools with it. If you have your custom spools, have your spools with your typewriter, and you need fresh ribbon, we can certainly do that for you. So in the link below, again, takes you to our website, and under ribbons, look for the custom ribbon option. And what you do is you send us your spools, we'll wind it with fresh ribbon for you, and then return that. And so this just slides up, and it's really it's a tight fit, which is it's supposed to be, and so you kind of have to put quite a bit of pressure to push that back down. Okay, so we're going to put the cap back on, and you just want to make sure that that ribbon doesn't get caught in the slot and the opening in there. So when you do replace your ribbon, make sure that it is threaded properly through the guide wires. There's one here. There's a guide wire here. Again, make sure it doesn't get caught in the opening here. Let me take this off again. You'll see this opening here. Well, that ribbon comes right up against that side, and so it's easy to get it caught underneath or kind of too far against that. So you just want to make sure that the ribbon doesn't get caught in there. There is an up-close image of this whole area on our website. If you look at the product listing link that you'll find below, click on that. You'll see the photos for this typewriter. You can bookmark or screenshot this for your reference, so that you can kind of see what it's supposed to look like as it's threaded through there. And you'll see little slits in the metal pieces where you have to slide your ribbon through, and you'll just have to work it until you get it in there in just the right way. Now also, when you're threading your ribbon, black on top, red on bottom, and then the ribbon comes up and over the top and around, okay? Not down and around, it goes up and around this way. Okay, so that's your ribbon. Down here, you'll see we have your shift lock, and to release the shift lock, you just hit the shift again. We have your backspace. Backspace does not erase. And then you have your margin release, so that there's your bell, which tells you, okay, you're at the end of your margin, you've only got a few more spaces to go, and then it's going to stop on you. So there it's stopped, and then that margin release will release that. And again, like I said, this other, so it stopped on me again, this other lever way back here will also release, act as a margin release for you as well, okay? And then if for some reason, let's do the margin release, if it doesn't, well it did, but if it doesn't want to return, you just hold the margin release open and hit the return handle. So that is the basic functions of this Corona typewriter. If you want to see it in action, right now it's probably popping up a link to the demo video. There's also a link in the description below. All right, thanks so much for watching and happy typing.